All right, welcome everybody back to the Gamble Smart channel. We got Mark, myself,
And Dave.
and
Jody.
And
lovely wife Jody here. Jody is here too. You pointed the wrong direction there, Dave.
oh,
Yeah, somewhere over here. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to our brand new show. This is something that Jody, brainchild of Jody, that put together for us. And she said, you know what? It'd be really cool to do a little show where she picks out some comments that we've received on our videos or during our live shows that we may have not have answered, or maybe we need to clarify a little bit more, or God knows what else she's got in there. She's got a long list.
I have a
Wife's
question.
prerogative.
But
I have
What?
a question. Why did it have to
Yes.
be on Saturday morning? I mean,
it's
couldn't we
coffee
have
and
done
comments. You don't drink coffee at 8 at night, do you?
I'm already drinking my coffee because
That's
I'm exhausted.
We've all got our little coffee cups here, so we're doing good.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. This is the time that works.
That's true. That's a good point. Very good point. So, to add a little flavor to this, we have no idea what questions she's going to ask. She put
Nope.
all these together without our knowledge, so we are not sure what we're going to be faced with. But anyway, we're going to turn it over to her and go ahead and tell
quick
us the
plug for
rules
our
and
gambling
where
boxes.
are we going to start. This isn't a marketing show.
Unlabeled timer boxes are in the shop. No, they'll be labeled when you get them.
Oh my gosh! I think I should clip.
Make
that
sure to
one out.
subscribe. Like,
Oh
share,
yeah,
subscribe.
subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, all that kind of fun stuff. All right,
Check
guys,
out our
let's get
Wednesday
started.
live.
Let's have some fun.
Awesome.
Dave, you're off topic. Let's go.
Well, it was a good segue because he
I'm
was
checking
talking
all
about,
Jody's
merch.
boxes off.
And merch involves spending money. And Mark,
Uh-huh.
I was watching your live on Wednesday.
Stalking your live.
What'd I say?
Exactly.
What did you say?
Who
Hurry
dropped the F-bomb?
What?
Yeah,
Who did?
you did.
Was it me?
I did.
Oh,
You
I thought it was
did.
me.
It was required.
And it's going to be prettier. I will jazz this up. But this,
Wait a second. This is coffee and comments.
and here,
Not put into the jar.
well, now you're going to have to double that. This is the
Wait a minute.
sparkle jar.
That jar
The
is not
sparkle
big
jar.
enough.
Here's a voucher for $2,270. I'll put that in there.
That's 2,000 F-bombs right there.
They're right. Okay.
No,
I'm prepared.
We're good.
I think I'm going to get a lid with a big diamond on top.
Oh,
Sparkle jar.
Oh, Lord.
And Dave, you were tasked with obtaining one for Misty.
No, thank you.
He'll just not cuss.
It'll be off camera only.
Right.
But Mark, here's an idea for you. When Jody
What's
wants to play the slot machines, you just charge her money. There's your swear money right there.
That's true.
There you
It's
go.
sparkle money, and I'm making the rules here.
See, but that doesn't even make sense, though. Because here's what goes on. We get to the casino, and she's like, so
Yeah.
she gets money to gamble with. She loses.
Wait,
it.
hold on.
She
Hold
lose-
on. I
no, no,
don't
no, no,
get.
no,
I
no, no.
work for money.
Okay. She does this.
She works hard for
She
her
gets
money.
her money. She gets her money. She loses it. I'm winning. And then she goes, sparkle money.
I am a witness
No.
to this too.
That was my money. That was
I'm a
my
witness to
gambling
this.
success.
And then when Mark wins, it's sparkly time.
25 years.
Best Buy time.
Jo-
They need to put
Jody
a Best
can't
Buy
lose.
inside of WinStar. Or
Jody
Choctaw.
is a casino. She can't lose. You win, she wins. You lose, she wins.
Dave, you're not helping my
Jody's
cause here.
house. Jody's house. All they need is to put a cell phone store in there.
That's
and-
all right. A cell phone or a Best Buy or something in WinStar, no problem.
There
It's
you
all
go.
sparkly stuff. Why can't they put manly stuff in there?
Mainly
Why
because
can't
the
sparkles be manly?
Like a boot store or something.
Why can't sparkles be manly?
I guess they
sparkles
could. Anyway,
aren't
do we have any
Anyway,
comment? We have any comments here?
We do, guys.
Okay.
7,000 subs.
All right.
We hit
That's
7,000.
amazing.
You hit 7,000 subs. I'm not going to say
Well,
we.
you can say we. You're part of this.
I cannot imagine how fast this happened. Like,
Yeah, it
I was thinking,
crazy.
okay,
Good week.
middle of April, 7,000, and then 10,000 by July. But now I'm thinking 10,000 by
Yeah.
June at the latest. I mean, it's insane.
It could happen. It could happen.
Could happen.
Well,
So,
we certainly do appreciate everybody out there, especially if
Absolutely.
you did sub, and we hope to keep you entertained with shows like this, as well as our daily gambling tips, as well as just random lives and stuff that we do. So, thank you so much for being
Absolutely.
here.
Thank you,
And,
guys.
yeah, welcome.
yeah, the first show was October 28th, so we're just
Yeah, you can see
over
our little plaque up here, so to speak.
just
October
over
28th.
5 months.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
That's
Appreciate you
amazing.
guys.
That's a lot of support in
Absolutely
a little
amazing.
bit of time.
Yeah.
All thanks to you
So,
guys
Done it
out
without
there.
you guys. Yeah.
And so I guess I just wanted to start off from me. What are your reflections? And Mark, you're limited to 5 minutes.
My reflections?
Yes.
Reflections on what?
5 months,
How good
7,000
this
subs.
coffee tastes?
How things have changed.
Like in the mirror?
How wonderful your wife is.
What? What is this?
Sounds like
No,
a stage question
reflections
right
on
there.
the channel.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm waiting to get to the comments. When are the comments coming? All right.
It's the
all right.
Jody comment.
Fair enough. We'll do a reflection. When Dave and I started this, I was just coming off of Cowboy Slots, and of course, we're still, Brantley and I are still doing things together, and we're really teamed up, and it's been nice. But I really came off of that because needed things to relax a little bit. Whenever you have that many subscribers, it gets a little tough and a little stressful, and I said, you know what, let's do something where we're not stressed and we're just really enjoying ourselves and trying to get people better educated. We started out with the gambler audits. It's been fairly successful. It's been very difficult for us to find the time to do it, and we kind of want to change things a little bit with how we're going to do them going forward. But anyway, I don't want to go into that because that's going to go for a while. My 5 minutes are almost up.
TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the TikTok version of self-reflection here on the channel. No, it's growing at an astronomical rate. We do appreciate that. It takes a lot of work to put in the daily tips, and we're always trying to think of new ones. There's just a lot of education that needs to go on in this world, and gambling it's not a very transparent industry, and we all know that, right?
Very true.
And so the best that we can do is go off of the knowledge and experience that we have, but also all of the contacts that we've made inside of the industry to get this information out. And the more we grow, the more contacts we get, and I can start to, we can really start to pump out this information. So I think this is still the beginning. I have a lot of lofty goals of getting, casino managers and casino hosts and manufacturers. Yeah, game designers, game programmers. Want to get all those people on camera and try
Gambling commission.
Gambling commission. Yeah, just try
man.
to get some transparency out there. And it's tough. It's tough, but we're going to do it. And I'm confident that we will do it over time. So I'm super happy with the way everything's going. And the number one thing, and I started with this when I started this spiel, is we're having fun. It is still a lot of fun every single day. And really do enjoy. We're constantly refreshing everything. The comments, we read every single comment. I promise you, every comment we read. We can't respond to all of them, but we do read every single comment that comes in because we really are interested in how you guys are receiving the channel, and gives us ideas on things that we need to do in the future. So, Dave, what about you? Give us some self-reflection on this.
High point, low point.
Yeah.
So everything Mark said, I'm going to confidently say ditto. No, not really.
That's your 5-minute version, right?
I am still shocked every day about how we're doing. Mark and I have both had our other channels, and we've put in a lot of hard work to get those to grow. And the knowledge we gained from that has helped us tremendously. And it's just like we're growing so fast, and it's awesome to see new people every day. It's awesome to see our members in our Discord channel. It's just great having that community we're building. And I really love everybody coming in to the lives, asking their questions, whether they're new, whether they've been here before. I love meeting people in the casinos. That's one of my favorite parts, is meeting you guys out there. I know a lot of, And I realize it because I've been the same way. I've been fan struck by a YouTube personality. And I know a lot of you guys are as well, but we are just normal people. We just happen to have a YouTube channel and shirts that match. So,
Right.
but I
I
mean,
really
just like
think
Mark
that
said, it's great.
that family aspect is kind of special. Like,
Our community
now there's
piece.
a lot of people in the community
Oh, yeah.
that,
Mhm.
I mean, they're interested in each other's lives. They're helping to support each other, in ways other than just, talking about gambling or
Right.
casino outings or things like that. So I
And
kudos to you guys, because I feel like you're growing a family here.
Oh, certainly.
and as we continue to grow, it's just like Mark said, we're wanting to use that size of our channel to influence the actual industry. We believe that there should be, and there should not be, I should say, should not be any of this cloak and dagger going on, because there is none. But
Yeah, there's no
because
secrets.
of the
There
absence
really
of
is no
information,
secrets. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's no secrets at all. It's just the casinos in the industry have never shared before. They're starting to now recognize how information is helping. I mean, you're starting to see it by industry leaders like FanDuel and DraftKings coming together to focus on problem gambling. This has never been done before, and that shows growth in the casino industry focused on players in the future. And if we can get them to share that information with us, manufacturers, all that, that's less of the mystery that's out there for you guys to wonder what's going on. And then you can
Right.
see
Kind of
everything we're saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
putting a new spin on social influencer, and now it's hopefully going to turn into industry influencer.
Right.
be nice.
Industry influencer.
That would be
And
And maybe
nice.
one
That's
day a
Long way to
Gamble
go.
awesome.
Smart casino. Whole casino, Gamble Smart.
A
Two
whole
aces
casino.
lit up. The whole casino.
Yeah,
I
if
love
we do
it.
that,
But
everybody will say, yeah, but if you do that, it's got just to be an empty room. That, like a lot of the
Gamble
comments that we
smart.
get, or
I
it's like,
gamble smart
the
by
only way
not
to gamble
gambling.
smart is not gamble at all. Yeah, we've heard that comment. We know. It's true. It's true. But
it's true.
our
But if you're gonna
tagline is, if you
gamble,
are going to
gamble smart.
gamble, if you decide that you are going to gamble, why don't you want to do it smartly? So,
Exactly.
So there has been some chatter in the comments, kind
uh-oh.
of going into this as industry influencers.
Mm.
And I'm going to kind of direct this one to Dave. People want to know, what's the status of the max bet blocker? Where are we at
Okay.
in development?
So
When's it going to be
um,
available?
it's going to be available very soon. After our trip
Define.
to Choctaw. Well, hold on. Let me go backwards.
Let him talk.
So
I
I
don't have
had
to be a hard line
very
like Barbara Walters here.
She does.
a very advanced prototype. I had it out. Everybody saw it. Mark saw it. It worked great. However, Joe from Tazzy and Joe's Adventures brought up that it needs to fit the newer style buttons, because all those newer games are coming out with those newer buttons. And that just clicked. I'm like, you are absolutely right. So I need to make it just a couple millimeters wider and longer, and it's still going to fit on the original buttons, but it's going to be the same design. It just needs to be a little bit larger. And I really hope to test that over our next go round, but I shouldn't have to test too much because I have all the measurements. Mark saw me using my fancy digital caliper to get my measurements instead of using Jody's tape measure the first time.
Hey, I have a digital caliper too. You just had to ask. I would have lent it to
Well,
you.
I got
Well, you
one as
carry it
well.
in your purse.
Well, no, I
Yeah,
didn't know it was
Well, then
needed.
that wouldn't have helped.
I carried my backpack. So I would say,
You have like the Mary Poppins of backpacks. You know that?
yeah,
It's
it's
like you
everything in there.
You got a lamp coming out of there. Like, just you've got everything in that backpack.
Everything is in there because that's how I travel to Vegas. I have everything with me. So I need Advil. It's in my backpack. I need mouthwash. It's in my backpack. You know, all this stuff. It's all in my backpack. Hand
Towel.
sanitizer, my business cards, a little towel as well. Yes, there is a little towel in there. But I would say roughly by May, it will be in the store. I can't guarantee quantities at first. It's probably only going to be about 5 or 6 to start. And then as demand goes, they'll probably most likely be made to order at that point. But they're coming soon.
Okay. You did mention gambler audits just a few minutes ago. Do you have any that are currently in the works? And specifically, are you looking for people to provide some insight in the video poker world.
That's kind of two questions, but we'll take the first
This
one.
came from Little
That's
Joe.
for you, Little Joe.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah, I knew it was for Little Joe. You didn't have to say it.
Yeah. So with the gambler audits, first thing, it was a big experiment. We weren't sure kind of the direction we wanted to go with it, and the ones that we've done have been great, but the last couple that we've done, they haven't been bad. But the funny thing is we get people on the audits and they're already doing everything that we tell them to, and so the intention of the audit was to find people that were struggling, that needed to get back on the level playing field when it comes to gambling. And it's not that we were not going to post those, it's just that we decided to put kind of a stop to it until we can kind of regroup and maybe put some more structure into it, like looking for specific people, like almost like a talent hunt in a way, where we're looking for people that fit a certain mold to do the audits. Because I'd say probably 70% of the ones we've done has just been, oh yeah, I bring my gambling box, I've got my envelopes, and it's like, that's great, I'm glad you're doing that. But it's like the purpose of that was to really dive in deep and find the problems and bring them to the surface so people can get our advice and help. So we're going to be adjusting that a little bit, and we'll see where that goes from now. There was one, and I'm going to do a shout out to you guys because I'm sure you guys I haven't emailed you back yet, but maybe you watched this video. We had a local couple that came in, and they did a pretty good gambler audit. Unfortunately, the camera was having a huge focus problem throughout the entire interview, and so it was going in and out of focus. And I tried to watch it, and it's too polarizing. So we're probably going to invite them back to do another one. It happens sometimes. We know what to do next time. Yes, Dave.
Is it because
David.
your eyes are bad, or because the video is out of focus?
The video is going in and out of focus, but my eyes are terrible. So there is that.
He just made an appointment.
Yeah, I did make an appointment. Optometrist. So we'll get them back to do another one. They're local, so it's going to be really easy, and we'll have a little bit more fun with that. So the second thing is video poker. Yeah, I mean, here's the problem, and this, Dave, you probably agree with this. We both don't play video poker, and so it's hard for us to kind of speak on that topic.
I
know we'll need
poker.
To get somebody in.
I can talk on poker,
right?
But video poker, it's because it's different than playing poker. If you're playing poker with somebody, you know exactly how to play. But video poker, it's completely different. There's no bluffing. You're not trying to get to your draws. You're trying to get to your made hands and cash out. And so that's really way different for me.
I like this.
We'll try
stretching your boundaries, getting out of your zone of comfort.
I think she's just trying to put us on the spot for all this stuff. Have you noticed this? Like, that's all these things. You're just putting us on.
Give me a deadline for the boxes.
Yeah.
They're done,
Dave.
Cody.
Give me a date, Dave.
Yeah.
Mark. Tip jar, Mark. Sparkly jar. Just kidding, babe.
You guys have my back, don't you?
You're doing a good job. All right, next one. Let's go.
Next one. Okay. Dave, have you taught Mark how to play craps yet? And are you going to create a video?
No.
People have asked more than once.
So I have gone over some very basics with Mark, but Mark's like, let's just do it on a machine. And I'm like, no, you got to do it at a table. It's very different. Craps at a table is the way to learn craps. Craps on a machine is the way to experiment with craps. But you got to learn at a table. You got to learn at a live table. You got to see things that are happening. And it's just way easier when you're watching the game go on and I can explain why things are happening. And it's so much easier to understand. Craps is not complicated. In Vegas? There was no time. You may think like, oh, we were there for 5 days. We had all this time. We had no time.
Yeah.
It was every time we're like, okay, this, that. And the other thing
I fully expect you guys to be able to juggle 2-3 jobs at a time flawlessly.
I know you do as you're doing your one job. I know that.
Oh, man.
Teachers, comments.
No comment.
In the bottom.
I'll
Address
block you
them
all.
to him. That guy.
Yeah, Dave.
But no, we are
Dave.
totally going to make a
Dave
video.
at Gamble Smart.
That's it. Especially the next time we go to Vegas, I'd like to get into a live game, but a low limit live game, like, $5 max kind of table, which would be Downtown Grand in downtown.
Okay,
so
it's coming.
But yeah, both those things are coming.
Okay. All right.
If life would just leave us alone for like a month, we would be fine. We'd have all this.
Everybody would leave you alone.
Just life in general.
Life. Oh,
job, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything.
Can't do this full time. I wish.
So another question, this one with regard to Class 2 slots, is there any advantage to playing max coin versus minimum bets on Class 2 slots?
No difference.
Just a multiplier.
No difference. It's all just a multiplier, yeah. Yep, no difference.
Okay.
Play what you're comfortable with playing.
Okay, another slot machine question. Regard to Ultimate Firelink, when you get the 4 balls to start the bonus round, is it already predetermined?
I love this question.
With the initial 4 balls you receive, or is every spin in the bonus separate?
I love this question, Dave. I'm taking this one.
Take this one.
I'm gonna nerd out with you guys a little bit, and plus share a little tip, something that you can tell if you hold on for that. All right, so Ultimate Firelink is 4 balls. Most of them are 6 balls, like with the Lightning Links and Dragon Cash and stuff like that. But whenever you do initiate the bonus and you get those the balls, no, it is not predetermined. They play just like free games do on just a normal slot machine, where you're just playing free games and getting mixed symbols and stuff like that. It plays exactly the same way, except instead of symbols, there are balls on the little reels. Now, if you look at those games, each one of those boxes is a separate reel. Okay, so I think it's like a 15. I think there's 15 boxes. So
it depends on the 15 version. Boxes. Sometimes there's more.
Yeah, there's even more than that. But on the kind of the ones that started all this, there's 15 boxes, and of course, if you get all 15, you get the grand, right? So each one of those is a reel, just like your spinning reel, basically. But what happens is the more balls that you get to lock in, it changes the virtual reel selection on each of those boxes. So it gets harder and harder and harder the longer you are in the bonus. Okay. So that's why you might get 6 right off the bat, and then suddenly, like the next 3 spins, you get some to lock in, and then it's just like silence. You can't get any to lock in, and usually you're out of your 3 spins. It's because it's making it harder and harder. It's still random, but what the random number generator is picking from changes for each spin, if that kind of makes sense. All right. So here's the thing to look out for, and this is fascinating. I want you guys to either, next time you play one of these games like Lightning Cat or Lightning,
and I look for it every time now.
Dragon Cash. Yeah, I look for it all the time. Or if you don't want to play it, watch videos of people playing the bonus. So on those games, whenever you initiate the free games, when you're collecting the balls, you will know on that first spin whether you have a chance of getting that grand or not. And here's how you tell. There will be one square on that spin that you're not going to see the ball rotate through. And what I mean is, like, you see how whenever you do the spin, you can see kind of the balls like floating by in each of the different boxes. There will be a square on there that looks suspiciously empty, like you don't see a ball falling through there. Now, every spin after that, they move that square around. So it's not in the same spot, but there will be an empty square moving around every single time you do a spin. If you see that, you're not going to get the grand, because it's just not, the virtual reel table is 40, 50,000, really, really large. And there's only one spot in there for the grand to hit. So technically it's still possible, but most likely you're not going to get it. But while you're spinning, if you see all 15 and you see the balls coming through every single one of those squares, then you actually do have a chance at the grand. It's not guaranteed, but you do have a chance at the grand at that point. So, but it's real funny to watch it, and just keep your eye on it when you see people play, and keep an eye and look for that square where there's no ball being, cycled through, and watch it move around the board. It's really fun to watch. It's cool. All right.
On Thursday at WinStar, I was playing the Bao Fang FU slot, the firecracker game. And the window was the same one. It was static. No little flaming things, whatever, were going through there. But it was that just one, and that was it.
It didn't move around.
It never moved. It was just there. And it's like, okay, that's the one. I'm not getting the grant.
Yeah.
So
it's fun to watch that. It's really cool. Yeah. So you kind of know early on. All right.
So how did your clandestine trip to WinStar
got
go?
A lot done.
Yeah.
Is that on there?
That's for me.
Oh,
we got like what, 4 videos out of it?
4 videos out. And we went to the seafood buffet.
Portion of 5. Yeah, we went to the seafood buffet, which was terrible.
Imagine that in the middle of Oklahoma and Texas.
They did have ample crab, and everyone was enjoying the crab a lot. Like they had these kids' sand buckets. They were like this big that they were filling up with crab carcasses. People would take them away, bring back more buckets. The little things of butter they were bringing out by the dozen. I mean, I still say
gigantic bugs.
Bugs? Oh, butter.
Yes. No.
Okay.
The crabs.
I will say this: I've eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner now at the WinStar buffet. Every single one of them have been comped, and that is the price I would pay for that. That is
exactly right. Yeah,
I would not pay money.
I would never pay for that.
The only reason we eat there is because we have the comp for it. I would not eat there otherwise. It's not worth it. There's better food at WinStar.
Yep. But lots of videos coming soon, guys.
So that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, we got some good ones. Yep.
It was loud though. It was so they have turned up the music since our last visit.
Yeah, it was loud.
Was loud. Like it is loud in there to the point of
I did listen to it though, and the voice isolation did pretty good. Now you're not going to get like this high quality audio, but at least it drowns the music out. So we decided, well, we need to play this slot for this portion of the video, and we look up, and the speaker's like right there, just blaring. You know,
do you think they do that to make up for all the machines that don't have volume?
Yeah, right. Probably. They know I'm in there, so they crank the music up.
Oh,
it's a lot easier to do that than to go to all the machines and turn the volume up.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys went to Las Vegas, you were doing a live at New York.
Okay.
And you got shut down.
Yes.
I know that you wrote an email or had some communication. Did you ever hear back from New York?
Never wrote it.
You didn't write it?
I did renew for the next quarter our permit with MGM. And this time, Mark and I each have a copy of the email so that we have a copy. And this was also the first time this had happened to us with this channel. You know, like it's happened to me before and it's annoying, but this is the first time it's happened to us with Gamble Smart. So in the future, since we're always within earshot of each other, if he gets approached by security, he's going to wave me down and I'm going to come up there, or I'm going to wave him down. So we don't have to stop recording. We can just show them, the other person can take the lead and show them the paperwork. So
I mean, that is unless Mark doesn't go back up to his hotel room and go to bed without telling you.
Well, it was just because it was,
that was different.
It was completely unexpected. It was the fact that we were live and it was unexpected. And really, once you go live and once you terminate that, it's just a pain to go back in and redo it. And then you got to have everybody find it.
I'm talking about like the night or two before that. When you were just going on and you were going to this game and that game, and I text you and I'm like, Mark's up in his room.
I couldn't find you.
I'm like,
you just took the camera from me and said, "Come on."
It's not that big a place. It's a small place.
So you need to stay closer,
dude. This was the same day that we were up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go down and do the downtown thing. And I was on my literally last leg. I was tripping over myself looking for him. So I said, screw this. I was going to say another word, but I don't want to fill the jar. I said, screw this.
I'm just saying it wasn't too complicated to find me because you could just look on the video and see where I was.
No, I did, but I didn't know where those I didn't know where those were. I'm serious. I did.
And you don't ask for directions.
Oh God, where were we?
So the downtown challenge
Yeah.
was very successful.
Yes, it was.
A
Absolutely.
lot of people liked it. What's going to be the next challenge? Have you guys thought about
Probably not
where you're going
$100
to go with that
challenge.
next?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I've been thinking about this, and it's something that we've also talked about, is going to the outlier, renting a car for a day and going to the outlier casinos, the stations, the Sam's Town, the Alientes, all that stuff, Red Rock, all the stuff that's outside of the strip in downtown. And I think that's probably going to be in there. It's not going to be $100 challenge, but
No.
it might be similar of using the coupon book and finding
Right.
these other places. We barely tapped into that coupon book, and so there's a lot we didn't use. Some of the stuff is crap, like it's a free shirt at Ellis Island. I don't know if you've ever been to Ellis Island, but that's about the best thing there is the free shirt. Everybody who loves Ellis Island, I know you have great things to say about it, but not so much with me. But we're going to go to all these outlier casinos and make a day of it. So it's going to be a travel from one casino to the next, kind of like in-car travel, maybe some singing and karaoke along with it too. And
What
we'll do all
the
that.
hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
I get to go along. I'll be in the back seat.
What?
Oh, we're renting a 2-seater. I'm sorry, Jody.
Yeah, it's a coupe.
That's tough.
I'll ride on top.
And check that out at OnlyFans-Jody.
I know. Dave, I knew that was.
Does not exist.
I was going to say something like that, and I was like,
but see, you can't say that, and you get in trouble. But I can say that, so
that's true. No, you can still get in trouble, Dave.
Have mercy.
You don't remember whose phone number she has.
Where's the swear jar at?
That's right. Don't worry, I'm sending instructions
Virtual
to
currency.
Misty.
Virtual currency. All right.
And of course, if any of you guys have any ideas for challenges for the boys, they have plenty of free time. Ideas down there.
What?
We do love your ideas, though. We absolutely love when as subscribers send us ideas and everything, because it's stuff you want to see. We can guess at what you want to see, but when you send us ideas, it's like, this is what people want to see. We literally move that stuff to the top of the list.
Yep.
Absolutely. You guys visited Choctaw for the first time as a channel.
Yep. Where's the tapes?
Yes. Where's the proof?
We didn't film anything there.
You didn't film anything.
We were going around the whole place, and we were kind of soaking it all in. And we had a lot of people meet up with us, and it's just like, next time we will definitely film at Choctaw, because now we have an idea of the layout. We know where our games are. If we would have filmed, it would have been a lot of wandering around trying to find what we want to see. That's also why we didn't go live, was because we were just wandering around like, where's this? Where's that? And so
we did talk about it on the live, though.
You did.
So, but yeah, no videos. Next time we're there, we'll definitely do videos.
Yes.
And we've kind of learned that that's kind of why we went to WinStar unannounced this time, because we were like, we love meeting you guys, fans, but it's hard to do our our content, because one of the things, and Dave and I even talked about this. What?
We put the content off because we like hanging out with everybody.
We like hanging out, and that's fine. Like, we love that, but we still got to put content out. And the one thing that it's funny, because Dave and I were talking about this yesterday, actually, is that we don't want to be a live play channel. We'll do it here and there, just us sitting there playing a game, but we're more about the education and explaining what it is that we're doing and why we're doing it. And it's just a little bit easier when we can plan it in advance and focus on it. So that's why we went up to WinStar kind of unannounced this week. And we knocked 4 or 5 videos out. So there's a lot coming, and we did that in just 3 or 4 hours. So, well, maybe 5 or 6 hours.
5 hours, yeah. Well, we did
like
have dinner in there.
Yeah, but we did, so we're gonna have, we'll do both. We'll have meetups, and we'll do the meetups, and just play along with you guys and have fun, and then we'll have our times where we go to do content and really focus on that. So,
and what do we think over the summer? Are you guys entertaining ideas of going to some of the other casinos in the country. Do you want to start off closer, like Shreveport,
Shreveport would
Biloxi,
be nice,
maybe?
yeah.
Well, we're talking about hitting over Wendover, flying into Salt
Yep.
Lake and driving Wendover.
Yep.
Okay.
To go to
I'd like
Club
to get you
93.
guys up to Oak Lawn to check out Arkansas.
That'd be fun.
They do filming
And
now.
we
So I'd
can
like to
go
go there.
mine for sparklies.
Oh my
That's
god!
a great idea, and they're free.
It would be so. It's its own kind of gambling. It's nature's gambling.
Mark, bring your truck and fill up on extra gas because you're gonna have like 10 tons worth of quartz to take back.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm finding the good stuff.
No quartz. What do you think you're gonna find? Gold? Diamonds? Yeah. Okay.
How are you gonna find diamonds with quartz? There's the
No, I want to go. They have diamond
geology.
places where you can go and look for precious
Yeah.
gemstones.
That's
in
not
Arkansas.
anywhere close by. Yeah, that's the diamond mine or the
It's
diamond
closer than we
Nashville.
are now. Anyway,
I'll
Just
stick
wondering.
to chasing the diamonds on the Class 2 machines.
Exactly.
All right. What else we got?
okay, pros and cons of joining players clubs.
There
Is
are
there
no
a
What
con?
are they?
What cons will we have?
What con? I don't even know what the con might be.
I think the
okay,
only
let's
thing
go with
is
the
that they
cons.
will annoy the crap out of you.
You're going to get
Phone
offers in the
calls
mail.
and-
You're going to get offers
yeah.
in the email.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not
That's about it.
any real con. I mean, you're going to get a lot of offers. That's the con. You're going to have junk mail. But there's no con that I know of using your player's card. It is the only thing you must do when you go to the casino so that they know you're there and you get all your points for everything. I mean, don't play for free, essentially.
Right.
And pro tip, when they ask for your phone number, don't give them a correct one.
Just make somebody else's life miserable.
Give them
Well,
Jody's number.
I give them an old phone number.
So that somebody now has?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe they're getting great offers.
But see, they'll call and say, I'm sorry, that's not the right person. And then they'll take it out of there.
Don't do that.
I give my regular phone number because
No, you need to do
I love
that,
talk-
especially with Windstar. Those guys,
I love
they
talking to
block
Windstar
all
people.
of Oklahoma because they call. Seriously, they call
Once
from
a
a
week.
different number every single time, and I just had to block it all.
They
It's like,
called
stop
me
calling me.
3 times in March. Every single time I told them, you didn't send me any offers for March, so I'm not booking. Maybe you could send me an offer.
Yeah, but we're giving away a spatula set.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the little popcorn maker?
No.
Mark has a big
It is
one.
like this tall. So it's imagine yours, but being this tall.
Oh man.
It's like a
and
Johnny
people probably
Pop,
think
whatever.
it's a full size thing when they get in there.
The bowl is right next to it. There's no way you could think it's a full size.
Oh man.
Unless the bowl is this big.
Oh my gosh. So somebody also wanted to know, how do slot tournaments work?
Good question.
Slot tournaments are
So
actually fun.
slot tournaments, and this is kind of a slippery slope, but there are certain games, and you guys have probably seen them. The older ones are like double diamond, triple diamond. They have 2, 3, 4, 5 times pay. There are certain games that are out there that can be put into a tournament mode. Okay,
None of them
so
have bonuses.
it's basically and it's basically a different software set. A couple of things, because I can hear people already saying, they can change it to
Give
payouts
it.
and stuff. So there are basically 2 modes that a machine can be in: normal play and tournament mode, if that game does allow tournament play. When it is in tournament play, it disables the bill validator, so you can't even put any bills in, and it also disables the ticket printer. And the third thing it does is it turns everything over to points instead of cash. So it's 2 different programs completely. Tournament mode puts the machine in an 833% return to player. So it's
I can
way
verify
up.
that is not true.
That is true. Just not for
from
us.
my experience, that's for sure.
No, it's the standard amount. There could be some that are a little higher or lower, but the standard amount is 833% payback percentage. So that's why when it's in tournament mode, you start to see a lot of those big line hits over and over and over again because it's set really high. But remember, you're playing for points. You're not playing for dollars in a tournament mode.
Yeah.
It's whoever ends up with the top prize, gets the most number of points. And points are basically just a conversion of the hits that you're getting. So if you get 3 double diamonds, it's 2,400 points because it's 2,400 credits, right? So whoever ends up with the most is going to be the winner. And sometimes they have, different prize structures and stuff like that. But it's definitely worth it, especially if you get a free entry. Although I will say the free entries are not that great. What was the one we did in Reno where it was a free entry and we came in like 12,000th place? Like, I mean, it was like there was,
Now,
they only were paying the top 5. It's like, yeah, but you might as well try it,
The first ever slot tournament I played in was at the Riviera Hotel Casino, and it was a guaranteed, like it was a free slot tournament, but you had a guaranteed prize of something in the case. But also, you had it was a $20 entry. So they gave you $20 in free play back, plus a free dinner, plus a free show, plus you got to choose something in the case. Now, I will say this, that is long gone in Vegas. You're not getting any of that stuff anymore.
No.
Like, you may have a chance at free play, but it's like, 12,000 place. I did one at the Mirage Hard Rock, and it was a free entry. And I was like, okay, great. I got 160,000 points. I thought was pretty good because the person next to me got 80,000 points. So I thought, okay, I'm doing pretty good. I'm in like 30,000th place for that day. I'm like, what? So I have zero chance at anything because they're paying the first 500, and I'm in 30,000th place. Yeah, that was pretty.
But this is where the button slappers.
Oh yeah.
This is where they shine.
That's true. It's true.
As fast as you can push that button, you do not wait for it to stop. Now, I will say this, if you are on more of a modern game with digital reels, fast stopping absolutely needs to happen. And if there's something going on where you have to push things, you make sure to push those as early as possible because you get more points for them.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to alternate hands because your shoulders and forearms are going to get tired.
It's very exhausting.
It is really exhausting. When Old School Slots and I went to Stacy and Natalie's tournament, we were exhausted. We made it to the second round, and we were like, I don't want to do this anymore. We're so tired.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It was like you're sweating, and it's like, what's going on? My hand hurts. My fingers are numb. Yeah. But slot tournaments are fun. If you can find one, especially for a free entry, but if you find one that's like a cheap entry, check and see what it's giving back to you. There's oftentimes a guarantee of what you get back. So if it's a $50 entry, a lot of times you're guaranteed $50 in free play. And essentially that's a wash. If you're going to gamble $50 anyway, you might as well just pay the $50 entry, have a chance at a prize, and take your $50 in free play. So look at the fine print of every slot tournament. They can be fun. They can be entertaining. They can be very lucrative. But if any slot tournament has a downside and it's not free, don't enter it.
Good advice.
Okay, Dave, I know the answer to this one because I've seen you do it. But somebody had asked if you, in particular, use your low tickets in Dragon Cash for the lucky chance.
I do often because I am just like, I'm going for a chance at it, especially if it's under 50 cents. I'm not even going to try to put that into another machine. So if it's like a 34 center, I will go into Dragon Link or whatever, Lightning Link, any of those, and I will do the Bolt Challenge, press your luck, whatever you want to call it. And I have never hit it yet.
No, you did get the lucky chance at the Dragon Cash, but you didn't get a hit.
Yeah, I've gotten the spin, but I've never gotten a hit that's been lucrative. I want to get the bonus is what I want to get.
That'd be cool.
I want to get.
I think the person who left the comment actually did when they had.
They got the bonus.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. That is awesome, and it's all on what you want to do with your money. If it's 34 cents isn't worth going to the cage for, Now, I do agree that 34 cents is worth going to the cage for. Any amount of money is, but I kind of want to press my luck on 34 cents on a
Right.
250 bet, you know. So I will press my luck on that because it's
I
34
donate
cents.
mine to
and chance to win
charity.
more. He donates his to the casino, and the casino donates it
No,
to
the
charity.
casino
Not
is
the same thing.
sponsoring charity. I pick Red
Not the
Cross.
same thing. It's not the same thing.
What are your thoughts on using handheld tally tickers to keep track of your spins?
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, there's an app for
We
that.
actually mentioned that in one of the videos that we did up at WinStar.
Yep.
So
This person had asked it a couple of times.
Yeah,
in different places.
We did totally mention. We're not going to reveal what the video is yet, but we did do a video.
I wouldn't go buy one. I would use an app, and I actually got on my phone. I have the app, and I will definitely say it is neat to have, and it's downloading. See, I haven't used it in a while, but it is neat to have for other stuff as well as gambling. So
kind of be interesting to know, just like in a trip, how many spins do you actually do?
Yeah,
like over the course of a trip to Vegas. This is another metric that's different than coin in.
Yep,
that's true.
Actually, it'd be kind of cool to.
You've got to be like really, really focused on it though, because
it's easy to lose track. You get the bonus round and you don't. Hey, did I push the button? I can't remember. Yeah,
right.
You got to basically do it at the same time, right? Every single time.
Let's see. I think we're getting toward the end here.
No.
Yes, I'm hungry. It's breakfast time.
Yeah.
Let me see. So, Mark, some folks are interested in like the process of becoming a slot technician. Can anybody do it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a good job? Does it pay well?
Okay.
Not
do you have any? I know you haven't worked for a casino per se, but you know people.
Yeah, and I've, mostly self-taught, but also working with people that have worked in the casinos.
And I know Brantley did.
Yeah. So yes, anybody can become a slot technician. It is strongly advised that you have some kind of computer or technical background. I think it will help you a lot because a lot of these things are just fancy computers these days. And the more you know about how general computer systems work and how, different input and output methods, how software works, how operating systems work, but also if you have any talent with wiring, creating your own wiring as well as Molex connectors and stuff. And these are all things that you can learn on your own. I mean, YouTube's a great place for this to try to pick that kind of stuff up. There was actually, I did get an email from somebody several months ago that said they've been watching my Home Slots channel for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, and it convinced them that they needed to become a slot technician, and they did. And I was really happy to hear that. I think it's a fun hobby. As for pay, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't pay that well. Especially at the beginning. Once you become more of, I guess once you kind of initially get to the point where you're worked with all different manufacturers and all different machines, and you're very marketable, and you can become a field technician. And those are the ones that make a little bit better money. But those also come with the downside of you having to travel a lot. So field technicians basically don't work for any specific casino, but casinos call them to come to fix machines because they don't have the staff to do it, or they don't have the parts, or whatever the case is. If you get up to that level, you could definitely make a little bit more money. Plus, you get to see a lot of different casinos and work with a lot of people. So it can be a fun job. Just know that you're going to be on the road a lot. But yeah, anybody can do it. I mean, but yeah, if you're technical, if you've always tinkered with building your own computers and things like that, installing operating systems and wiring your vehicle or whatever the case is, then you'll fit right in because it's all basically the same stuff.
I will add on to this that not everyone can do it. There are stipulations working at any casino, bank, and lots of places now where your credit has to be good.
Yep.
You need to not have a felony on your record. Any felony will omit you from getting a license to work in a casino, but misdemeanors, as long as they're not related to theft, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
And in one of your more recent videos, some people felt that because you were filming in a casino that you had like special ties with the casino, that there was some sort of a, like, you're working for them, or there's some sort of exchange going on there. And so I
We know
guess
the
just
guys.
for everybody out there, who all can get, say, filming rights at MGM Grand and their properties or these other casinos? What's the process? Do you have to have a YouTube channel or something like that? Could you be an everyday Joe? What all goes into it?
Dave, why don't you take this one?
So for MGM specifically, I can go in depth about this. You do have to have a channel of some kind. It does not be YouTube, but they do have a number of viewers that they have in their head about what they want you to have. However, I haven't heard of anyone over 1,000 getting rejected. You do have to fill out a form. You have to email their gaming at, MGM streaming gaming, all that .com. If you want to go it, send me an email. I'll send you the info. You're going to fill out a form. And you got to agree to their terms. Their terms are not negotiable. You can't say, "Oh, I don't do this." Here's the biggest thing about MGM is that they're hung up right now about a FTC change in rules that if you are getting something, and this mainly goes for people on TikTok who are not disclosing sponsorships and are basically doing commercials that aren't commercials for a product. We don't get anything. No YouTuber I know of, and that doesn't mean no one gets it, but no YouTuber I know of gets a sponsorship from a casino. You're not getting money for it, but if you are, you have to put a hashtag ad saying that I got this money. Now, personally, I get my comps as a player, then they are available to anyone else who plays. It's not for my channel. It is for my play. That is completely separate. Now, other casinos like Caesars, because Caesars pretty much does not allow recording. You can get places that are cool, like Horseshoe Bally's used to be really great about recording. I have not recorded there since it changed over to Horseshoe. Planet Hollywood was always horrible. Paris was no problem. Caesars Palace, no problem. All the rest of them were just no problem. But if you got somebody on a bad day, they were saying, no, you're done. They'll toss you out of the casino even. They'll make you delete it, everything else. Actually was in Horseshoe in St. Louis last year, and I recorded a bunch of stuff, and I had to delete it all. Of course, that's what I told them I did. I deleted it and then undeleted it. A lot of properties, it is just as easy enough to go up to security and say, hey, I run a YouTube channel. Here's my card. I want to record. Can I talk to somebody about doing that? That is actually how I found out Oak Lawn now allows recording. Mainly, I think, because of my emails, because I wouldn't stop emailing. And now they allow recording. Pretty much recording is very simple. Your play only. Slot machines are way easier than table games. Table games do require separate approval because most of the time you have to get a private table. Your video has to be a little bit higher so you can see the cards and everything else going on. So that requires a lot more work. They're losing essentially a seat for your recording equipment. So that's a little more complicated. But for recording slot machines, it has to be your play. You're going to do your best to not to have someone on the edges or pan around and all that. But recording in general there's no secret to it. We don't know anybody. We're not tied in with the mob, or we're not paid off by the corporate people. It's just taking your cell phone out and recording anymore. Everyone's got a cell phone. It is no trick to it. If you get approached and told to stop, be respectful. Stop recording. Say thank you very much. If you have permission, put the video on pause or you stop recording, show them the permission. Even better yet, have an envelope with you that has the permission printed out so you can hand that over and then you don't have to start recording. But always be respectful of security. They're doing their job. They don't know what the latest policy is on everything. They're doing their job. So
they're not just letting you record because you've agreed to say nice things about the casino or defend them or anything like that.
We would.
Oh, If I say
No,
nice
we
things about a
definitely would not
casino,
do
Just
that.
making
that
it
means I
clear,
like a casino.
everyone.
If you
No,
guys have not heard how I do not like some casinos, and I will say that blatantly because
Yeah.
we don't get paid by any casino. Now,
Yeah.
I would very much like to have a sponsorship with the stipulation of our opinions are still our opinions.
Yeah.
And I will still say I do not like WinStar because of the design. It's a horrible design. It's too smoky. It needs to be redone. Whereas I like Choctaw a lot, that they have done more of a resort style, Vegas style. And I have no problems telling everybody that. Even if we have a partnership with WinStar, I'll be like, your casino sucks, but thank you.
It's true though.
And I guess we'll end with because everybody always asks this all the time. They want to know when the next WinStar date is, but they also want to know if you guys are tinkering around with the idea of maybe like a more formal meetup there where a big group of smarties maybe travels from
I would like to do that this
DFW.
summer.
Well, we
And
even talked about what it would cost
Oh,
to rent a bus and everything. We went through
to
all
rent a
that.
bus.
Yeah, pick people up at the DFW
Now, if we're talking about
airport.
renting a bus, it would have to be like at least 50 people to rent a bus to make it worthwhile. So yeah, it's totally doable because WinStar is big enough. It would most likely be during the summer, and it would most likely be midweek, almost for sure, or a weekend where there is no chance of a holiday so nowhere around 4th of July,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
realistically speaking, it may not be this year because that's a lot of logistics to go through. But I know Mark and I planned several trips up to WinStar, and I'm sure we'll do one this summer that we will tell everybody well in advance. And we'll do the same thing. We'll hit Choctaw first and then WinStar. And we'll basically say we're going to be up there the whole weekend. And that's what we're going to be doing. Meeting up with everybody, saying hi. And I'd even like to get to the point where we could have like a big kind of, mixer at happy hour kind of thing. That'd be fun to do.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
I know you guys enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun to play
absolutely
with fans. Oh my goodness. It put a huge smile on my face a couple I guess it was a couple trips ago where those 5-line Red Hot Rubies, the whole bank was filled up with fans.
It was
Like,
all
we
of
were
us. And it was like this around the corner too.
Yeah, it was great. And it was so much fun. Everybody was winning, and well, not everybody, but
Next
everybody
time, what
was
we're going to do
winning
is
as a collection.
They were enjoying their play.
There you go. There you go.
Next time, one of us will be on one bank and the other will be on the other bank. So we can, have us there, and then we'll switch, so
There
everyone gets FaceTime.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you for sitting down with me. I think what I'm going to do from here on out is basically stalk your live streams.
You already do that.
You do anyway. Yeah.
Stalking's not the right word. It's more like take over.
Reconnoiter. I'm going to reconnoiter. And
what? Reconnoiter?
Yes.
It means stalking.
The verb to reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance?
Stalking.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, I'm going to reconnoiter.
Jennifer Lawrence reconnoitered her stalking.
Curate questions because that's actually where I got most of these questions from, the live stream comments, where you guys are now starting in a good way to get kind of walloped on Wednesday nights because
it used to be so easy to answer everybody's comment and question when we first started, and now it's
you're getting close to 400
people
viewers
tough,
at a time. So
it's hard.
And so I put that out there also for you guys in the audience. When you do go to the lives and your question doesn't get answered from here on out, that's my new role is I'm going to have my notebook and I'm going to be jotting down questions that these guys don't get to.
No questions about sparklies.
Demands.
Is it hilarious to anyone else that she has a notebook in this day and age instead of like a laptop typing all this stuff down?
And I write in cursive too.
She's a teacher.
Oh, so it's in code. Now no one can read it. No one born before 1994 can read it.
My eyes can't see it. No worries there.
Leave me and my studious ways alone.
Studious. Rick and Mortar.
Reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Guys, this is what I deal with. This is what I deal with.
Oh man. All
I
right.
teach teenagers and then I come home and I work with teenagers. And there's
Yeah.
no denying it.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Hey, it's fine
accepting
with
it.
me. You should
Not-
see some
not
of our
denying it.
bloopers. We're definitely teenagers. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed our first coffee and comments. And thank you, Jody, for all the prep work and coming up with some good ones there. And as always, guys, we really do appreciate you. And we'll let us know in the comments if you enjoy this. And
Yeah.
if so, we will keep doing them.
Yeah.
And we may start doing them
keep doing
live.
them.
Yeah, but hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Saturday morning. And happy Easter to everybody. Hope you had a good day. And we'll talk to you later. As always, gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
Gamble safe with a timer box.
That's going to be the thumbnail right there. All right,
Vanna White over here.
I know. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Take care, and we'll see you on the next episode.